Oh yes, it's another Feel Good Friday coming to you live from Auckland Park, Johannesburg. It's a Trendz Live Friday on SABC News. I'm Nitisi, but you can call me Mne. It's another installment of Feel Good lifestyle, music and culture entertainment. So much to do, so little time, but I promise you we're going to get through it all. Remember, we are on X. The handle is @Trendz on SABC. We'll kickstart the show like this evening. The African penguin is the only penguin species found on the African continent, and South Africa is home to most of the world's remaining population. Their numbers are rapidly declining, especially around St. Croix Island in Nelson Mandela Bay, and organizations like Sandton are working tirelessly to rescue, rehabilitate and release injured and oiled penguins, giving this iconic species a fighting chance to survive. Have a look.
The coast of Port Elizabeth and Nelson Mandela Bay lies St. Croix Island, home to the world's largest colony of African penguins. The seabird has already lost a large number of its population, and experts warn that it could go extinct.
Our main focus is obviously on seabirds in southern Africa, and our main objective is to reverse the decline of seabird species seen along our coastlines, with a specific focus on the African penguin. So the African penguin has recently been uplisted as critically endangered last year, October. So it's making it the first penguin out of 18 different species that has reached this criteria. So sadly, the next step is extinction. So based on the current decline, we lose about 8% of the population per year. And with this trend, the penguin will be extinct in 9 years' time in South Africa, which is it's a crisis at the moment. So there's a lot of factors affecting not only the African penguin, but the seabirds in general. The main one is the shortage of food. So penguins are very specialized eaters. They only eat sardines and anchovies. There's been a very decline in obviously sardines and anchovies, which has contributed to their decline. And this is coupled with climate change, pollution, oil spill, ship traffic, noise from the ships, and as well as bunkering in Algoa Bay.
Sandton continues their tireless life-saving work, rescuing, rehabilitating and releasing injured or oiled seabirds.
So we are a seabird critical care center, so we respond to any injured, ill, abandoned and oiled seabirds along Algoa Bay. So we'll have first responders that will call in a sick seabird, we'll respond, we bring them to our center to look after them. We also have 2 seabird monitors that are based on Bird Island in Algoa Bay, and their main role is to monitor the colony as well as capture any birds that need assistance. We send it to us, we look after them, and then we treat them until they're healthy enough to be released back into the wild. And then in addition to the bird work, we obviously do a lot of awareness, and we work with local communities. Education is a big component of Sandton, so we have a lot of lessons that we contribute to schools, ranging from small grade R's all the way up to matric. So there's 2 centers. So we have the Isuzu Homestead or Isuzu Seabird Sanctuary. So that is a facility that houses our permanent residents. So we have 44 birds that sadly cannot be released back into the wild. So they are our permanent residents. So they'll be here with the rest of their lives. And then we have the actual critical care center. So that is the functional hospital. So that's where we treat all the birds that we admit from the bay. They go through a whole entire rehabilitation process until they're healthy enough to be released back into the wild. So you'll be able to see our home pen birds plus the patients in care.
The rescue center has various sections for injured birds where rehabilitation takes place, and a section for permanent residents who are not eligible to go back into the wild.
There's a combination of factors. So some of them are born in captivity, so they're too used to people. Some of them have injuries that won't allow them to adapt to the world, and so they're basically kept as a home pen colony, and we use them in terms of awareness. So they are ambassadors for the African penguin. So it just gives a good opportunity for the public and learners to see the African penguin up close. I think it ties into your zoos and aquarium that we're giving them a second chance of life where otherwise they wouldn't have survived. So we give them the best chance of survival. They're paired up, they've got nest boxes, they've got a very natural enclosure, they've got access to water 24/7, they've got a sprinkler system, so it's almost like a full-time spa for the birds. They get fed twice a day, so they live in the best life that we can offer them.
Local charters venture close enough to Croix Island for a rare glimpse of these remarkable birds in their natural habitat.
Truly incredible work. Now, a coffee experience filled with a great atmosphere and a touch of culture. Trendz live producer Randy Tubane went to a Dubai chocolate experience launch in Sandton, where she got to have a good time while mingling with some beautiful personas and in a lovely space. Have a look.
There's something special about blending smooth chocolate and creamy cappuccino with delicate notes of nutty pistachio, saffron and cardamom. These drinks deliver a premium coffee experience for those who want more than just a caffeine fix. I got to indulge as this incredible coffee brand launched its new taste, giving us an experience from across the world and why. It's been said that coffee feels like a hug in a mug, and my, oh my, they weren't wrong. Haley van Niekerk, lead of this particular brand, takes us through their intent with this initiative and this pleasant encounter.
I think it's incredible and something that's so important to us on Jacobs is sort of staying ahead of trends that are global and bringing them locally to South Africans. Have seen this Dubai chocolate trend, people making their own chocolates, and we thought, what about taking that and putting it into a cappuccino? And so we've launched our Dubai chocolate cappuccino sticks, which can be found from now in retail stores. And it's all about the indulgence and bringing the luxury and the beauty of Dubai to South Africans. I think what's so important for us is, first and foremost, is quality. That's something that we are unwavering on the brand across all the segments. And then I think it's our commitment to innovation. Something we love about this coffee is that it's more than a coffee, it's an experience, right? So today what we've also brought to everyone is the opportunity to get henna on their arms.
Quite a fascinating combination. This place was a unique setup aimed at giving us a stellar take-home. Intimate yet joyful.
I think what we're looking to do is really provide a cup of coffee for everyone. Whether you like your coffee black or something a lot sweeter, it's something for everyone.
Some influencers had a few things to say as well. This was most certainly a delightful space that resonated with most of us.
I had a beautiful experience. They truly did bring Dubai to South Africa through this cappuccino. You could feel it in the experience, you could feel it in the cappuccino itself. So think chocolate, think pistachio, think luxury. I've been to Dubai quite a number of times and they did it.
I think, to be quite fair, it's been nothing short of amazing. The launch was exquisite, from the food to the conversations to the host. I think we all can say that it has been an amazing, amazing day. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 indeed. The company was amazing, the food was good, the dessert was great, and my personal favorite part of the day was learning all about the henna and getting it done on my hand. The henna is a dye made from dried powdered leaves of Lawsona enormis, producing colored stains used in body art. It has been used since at least the ancient Egyptian period as a hair and body dye, notably in the contemporary body art of Mendi, or what we know as a henna tattoo. This results from the staining of the skin using dyes from the henna plant. After the stains reach their peak color, they hold on for a few days and then gradually wear off by a way of exfoliation, typically within 1 to 3 weeks. The significance and the symbol of the henna represent joy, blessings, protection, and the depth of the stain is often associated with the strength of love and relationships. A combination of different vibes, but the goal was common. We came together to celebrate a milestone and we loved it.
I need to have a conversation with Randy, actually, because I'm such a big fan of coffee and I can't believe she left me behind. But it's okay. We're bringing this now. The Great Train Race is more than just an event. It's a journey through heritage, community and celebration. The spirit there was truly unforgettable. Trendz live producer Bulelani Lukokwana was at this magnificent gathering to bring you all the highlights. Have a look.
The Great Train Race is not just about speed, it's also about history, community, and the thrill of bringing people together for a one-of-a-kind experience. From the iconic air flips to the vibrant atmosphere, this event has captured the hearts of many. We caught up with the founder of the event, UV Justy, who gave us a glimpse of where this incredible concept came about.
The Great Train Race, as you know, is a reenactment of a race that happened in 1930 from Monaco to Calais. And that race, which happened between the Train Le Bleu and a Bentley Speed 6. That Bentley Speed 6 was driven by none other than Wolf Banata. Wolf Banata, as you know, is a relative son of Barney Banata. This inheritance of Wolf Banata from Barney Banata is what allowed him to be a major shareholder in Bentley and to also become the get the racing seat over there. And this race between the steam train and the Bentley was very important because the steam train ruled the planet then. And it was then the automobile which was still evolving. And this race, when the Bentley arrived in London, the train did not make it even to Calais. And that was setting the tone for the future of the world. And that's where today we have the automobiles ruling the planet. So the idea is that we need to showcase to people the classics from all these four modes of transport. And this is like time travel. And when I say time travel, being dressed in vintage, being here, feeling like you are in a different world with a steam train around you, cars like the Bentleys from the 30s, bikes and planes. But we don't want to limit it to that, to just see. We want people to touch, feel, and get into them. And that's where we feel getting into a classic airplane for a flip, or a classic helicopter, or the charity rides that we have organized with people in these beautiful classic cars. You know, the idea is for the people, and especially the youngsters, the new generation, to get in there, and we hope that they fall in love with it.
Rodney McMillan, a passionate classic car collector, chats with us about the joy these vehicles bring across generations and the importance of keeping this heritage alive.
You get some elderly people that come past, they enjoy seeing old cars which they used to drive or used to own, and it's also important for the young generation to show how old cars used to look and for the heritage to go forward. I mean, that's after all what this whole event's about. So every week they all get started and they get driven from time to time to make sure that all the nuts and bolts get some grease and jointing. And that helps a lot in maintaining them, but you have to keep your hand on it. If you're going to let it stand, it's most definitely going to go backwards very quickly.
And of course, we couldn't leave without finding out which of these beautiful gems holds dearest to his heart.
The Piranhas has got a special reason because this is all Basil Green Piranhas. They've been built by Basil Green in the late 60s, early 70s in Edenvale, where he under license were licensed by Ford to take the small engines out and put B-block engines into it. So hence my father's Piranha is why we started with the Escort Piranha. Then we got a Capri V8 Piranha, we got a V6 Capri Piranha, and then behind us here we've got a Cortina V6, which is from Alan Porter's. He's just showcasing with us today. And then the one you very ask is my second special car. So my most special car is my father's car because of the history. The most second special car is this car. Was built by Generation Old School in Boxburg. It's got a V8 in, it's got aircon in, and it runs very nicely.
The energy here was most certainly infectious. Now let's find out from the people who made the race come alive.
It started this morning at 11 when they did the different engines. Yeah, the engines.
When they started the Rolls Royce, and that was incredible. And then we walked through all the cars. And then every time you walk through the cars, you see more cars. And they're like, have we seen this one before? And then they said the train was coming, so we had to find a spot for that. And we're still here.
And that's a wrap from the Great Train Race, where roaring engines, timeless classics, and happy vibes came together to make memories that shall linger forever.
Oh, I love it. Listen, we're going to take a quick ad break. When we come back, the South African Social Media Awards are in the building and you don't want to miss it. Only happening on Trendz Live. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the show. You're still watching Trends live on SABC News. Now, South Africa's digital creators are getting their moment in the spotlight, and it's all going down at the South African Social Media Awards 2025, set to take place on the 22nd of November. They are celebrating the best brands, influencers, and digital storytellers shaping our online world. From beauty and fitness influencers to social media activists and content creators, SASMA is where digital excellence meets innovation. Joining us now is Weza Matome, co-founder and director of SASMA and leading media entrepreneur and voiceover artist who's passionate about empowering the next generation of African talent. My goodness me, dude, I haven't seen you in years. Welcome to Trends.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. Beautiful, beautiful set you guys have here. And yeah, man, it's always great to be here and good to see you again.
Yeah, we're going to look at SABC up. It's where, no?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, congratulations, dude. I think it's incredible what you're doing, and I just want to dive straight into it. Tell me how the idea started. Where did the inspiration to create a platform that celebrates our social media world come from?
Look, I can't take the credit alone. There's honestly a team who all work together. And what we looked at was the fact that, you know, there's music awards, there is awards for actors, but really there's another industry that's growing and it's growing rapidly. And that is the digital economy. That is the influencer economy, you know. And it's so important that we, first of all, recognize the great work that these guys are doing, but create a platform that really legitimizes what they do so that brands can say, okay, it's time to step it up, even in terms of how we engage and collaborate with these people. And when there's a united voice, there's bigger impact that can also be achieved as well.
I think that's true, and that's incredible, really. I have to ask you though, you know, I mean, social media is a fast-paced environment, from TikTok trends to AI-generated content. What separates SASMA from all the other awards that are out there that maybe look to celebrate social media?
So, okay, first of all, this is the South African Social Media Awards, you know, so the idea here is to build it. You know, you hear of the South African Music Awards, you know, that's ultimately what we're trying to do here as well, to grow something that is homegrown, a platform that celebrates homegrown talent. But then eventually the idea is to grow it even further than that, you know, and you'll see even with some of the other categories that we are introducing, we're looking at, you know, some of the neighboring countries that are also creating content, that are producing content creators that are also having a great impact in South Africa as well. But it's there to celebrate excellent use of social media. Remember that in South Africa, we still have a big unemployment problem, especially among the youth. But here's social media, which is a tool that even if I'm living in a village somewhere, I can create content that could be so good and so compelling that brands can start collaborating with me, and I can start earning a living and supporting people at home. So it's actually an opportunity to answer, you know, some of the big needs that we have in the country as well. And we see it as a great way to kind of grow the economy as well. And of course, making sure that we make an impact in the youth.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. I think also when we speak about people who are in the village creating content, also speaks to the authenticity. But I love the fact that you touched on the categories, because your categories are incredibly diverse, from influencers to public sector campaigns. How do you ensure fair recognition across the broad digital ecosystem?
It's really tough to ensure that fair recognition, just as you mentioned. You know, first of all, we have to try and make the categories as broad and as inclusive as possible, so that different segments or different niches find that they also have an opportunity to be celebrated. We don't think that we will always get it absolutely right, because this is a space that's growing every single year. More people are creating more niche content, but we have to find some sort of balance. And with these 23 categories, we're trying to create that. But then beyond that, in terms of fairness, it all starts off, first of all, with a panel of judges. These judges are people who are relevant within the creator economy, you know, people who are creators themselves in one way or the other. And making it fair is them just looking at, are you in the right category? Are you nominated in the right category? Are you at least, is your content compelling, and is it consistent? And then right after that, we announced then the nominees. then it is up to the public to vote. So then that is the fairest way we can make it. You don't feel like it is just solely the opinion of 5 people that gets you this award, but it is a collective, it is the country saying, we like this guy's content this year, and that's why we want to celebrate them. But the exciting thing is that, different winners come about each and every year. So in that way, you see more and more people getting an opportunity.
Oh, I love that. I have to ask you though, because, it's the world of collaboration now, and really it is a fast-moving world. You're not just only the co-founder of the SASMAs, but you're also the MD of Blue Cloud AI. Talk to us about how technology and AI tie into the way that we measure digital success today, because how content was created a year ago literally is not the same as now.
Very, very true. With the list of digital tools that we employ to measure campaign success and even collaborations and how effective they are, it's no longer about the same stats that it was about a couple of years ago. Before, if you have a lot of followers, we thought, okay, you're big. And that's where it ends. But brands are now starting to look for more than that, because it's about the so what. So you could either be a billboard, and a billboard's job is just to show this to many people. And if you have a lot of views, then you've done your job. But then sometimes the brand has different goals. Maybe the goal this time is engagement, and they want compelling content that's engaging. So even if it didn't show to 1 million people and it only showed to 20,000 people, but if out of the 20,000 people, 10,000 engaged, that means your engagement is sitting at 50%, and that's what the brand wants. So in that case, a guy who doesn't necessarily have the biggest followers can still get good collaborations and make good money. So it's no longer about having this inflated number of followers, that the rules are starting to change because brands are starting to appreciate what the numbers really mean.
That's so true. And I think if you are in social media, you're seeing a lot of even small creators getting opportunities now. So if there's somebody watching, Weza, and they have aspirations of being recognized and jumping into this frenzy of social media creation, what would you say to them? How do you build influence with a purpose?
So, first of all, start with where you are. And start with what you already love. Someone once said the riches are in the niches. So you don't have to do what everyone's doing. Figure out what it is that you love to do. And even if not a lot of people get it, but just be consistent. Post that content and be that guy. There's a gentleman called Vusi or Mavusane Vo. He just sits in his shack and he reviews food. And he's just like, or whatever. He just creates his content in that simple way, but then brands are coming to him as well, and he's making a living. So it doesn't have to be the big, the glamorous. Don't think of what you don't have and think, I don't have the nice camera, the best phone, or the this or the that.
Nice lighting.
Yes, like TikTok is the most forgiving platform on earth.
That's
so you could post something with your milky looking camera quality and still
you
get
look like
the
you're
views.
in a vision.
Exactly. You look like you are in a dream.
You poop for the dream.
But somehow you still get it. So and then of course follow just follow other creators, get the inspiration and get the courage, because when you see others do it, you start to feel, hey man, I think I could do this. 100%.
Oh man, I love that. Look, Weza, I have to let you go now, but I think it's truly incredible what you're doing. We cannot wait for SASMA 25. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So SASMA 2025, I want to see you there on the 22nd of November. At home, you can get your tickets at CompuTickets. Make sure that you are part of celebrating South African excellence, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to take it to the next level. And there's still time to vote for some of your favorite content creators. So if you head over to sasma.co.za, you can cast your vote there as well.
sasma.co.za, that's where you can find more information. 22nd of November, it's happening. It's the South African Social Media Awards 2025. We're going to take a quick ad break. It's more of Trendz Live when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Trends Live on SABC. Now, artificial intelligence is reshaping industries across the globe, and as the G20 focuses on AI governance and digital cooperation, South Africa's tech leaders are already putting those ideas into action. At this year's Red Hat Summit Connect, innovators came together to explore how open source technology is driving ethical, inclusive, and sustainable digital growth. Have a look.
As G20 leaders prepare to gather in Johannesburg to debate AI regulation and digital transformation, Red Hat Summit Connect is taking that conversation into Africa's tech ecosystem.
We have enabled in Africa through co-investment and innovation with our partners, certain solutions to enable, for example, financial equity, as well as different solutions around, for example, digital identity. And we have all co-created these solutions locally with our partners in the markets that they are critical. So we co-innovate with our partners in the countries to create solutions that provide these kind of digital equity solutions for our customers.
This year's summit focuses on building trust in AI, how open source technologies can help organizations innovate securely, ethically, and at a scale.
It is the most energized event, Summit Connect event that we have attended for a while. So I think to see that energy in the market is really exciting, and it gives us the motivation for as well as our partners. We have seen our customers sharing their experience with Red Hat, how Red Hat enabled them to expand their businesses, to address the certain risks, to expand into markets. So this was really also motivating, as well as we have seen our partners, key partners on the stage, talking about how they are investing in technologies, also how they are investing in their markets to drive. So I think the key takeaway is, as I was saying, selfishly, from an ecosystem and channel perspective, in Africa, ecosystem is our strategy, and every investment that we make in our ecosystem is an investment that we are making in our customers, because we want them to be able to, our partners to be the bridge between Red Hat's enterprise technologies, open source technologies, and the market opportunities for our customers.
We come to the summit every year. It's one of those things that we can't wait to have as soon as it's the first week of Jan and we plan for the year. And basically we come here to collaborate with other companies and also look at the young generation and new guys coming into the industry and give them advice. Luckily, we are one of the drivers of AI, so we get to shape the future of AI in the space, and we help other companies. You know, we do custom dev for companies that are big, that are growing, to direct them and help them to use AI securely.
Has technology been able to answer the medical sector based on what you have observed and being in that workspace?
I feel that we're not where we want to be, and I believe that summits like this help us in getting where we do actually want to be. You know, we get to these summits and we learn so much, some things that we didn't even know, that we thought are just localized, and it's actually bigger than what we thought, and we're not really, like I said, where we want to be, but we are in the step in the right direction, definitely.
This tech summit is more than a tech showcase. It's a platform for dialogue, collaboration, and alignment with global AI standards.
Everything we talk about is accelerating innovation, and this is really our way of showing that we are all about accelerating, doing it faster, doing it more efficient. F1 teams are some of the most efficient and most high-performing teams in the world, and that is the sort of technology and the sort of way of work we're trying to adopt. We also have got a race car out in the front, and we're using this to sort of replicate and show that for people. We currently work across multiple industries. We're very strong in the banking industry, FSI industry, insurance, medical, as well as on the telco side. We spoke with Bet Software, they're in the gaming industry on the stage just now, also as well as retail, and we do this across Middle East, Africa, as well as North America.
The summit shows how Africa is not just part of the global digital conversation, it's also helping to lead it.
Now, from social media and AI to enhancing plants, or enchanting plants rather, that uplift our spirits while bringing color that firmly cements us in spring, you might have spotted them blooming everywhere, but did you know that the Clivia is a proudly South African plant? Yep, cherished by various cultures for its medicinal properties and of course flamboyance. Our producer Didintle Mukelezi took to Hyde Park Corner's Clivia display to explore the beauty of this extraordinary plant. Have a look.
As blooming flowers everywhere welcome a new season, Clivias are also showing off their flair. Meet Andre Swart, a revered farmer and Clivia grower who emphatically describes the rare collector plants as endearing. This especially as they are endemic to South Africa.
They grow in the Eastern Cape, they grow in KwaZulu-Natal, and some of them grow up in the north of Leboa, near Barberton and God's Window. The Clivias that are in other countries now have been exported about 200 years ago. We are blessed with wonderful nature. We are blessed with high day temperatures and not too low night temperatures. And that's where Clivias flourish, as in woods, on rocky mountains and in cliffs.
Clivias have an intriguing historical and South African heritage background. Besides being an enthralling sight, they also have medicinal properties and can be used as traditional gems.
The name of Clivias came from a Lady Clive of England, who sponsored the first trip to Southern Africa about 200 years ago to go and explore for new plants. And when the botanists discovered this plant, they honored Lady Clive of England by naming it after her. We also call them bush lilies in English. We call them bos lilies in Afrikaans. We call them umayime in the Nguni languages, and we call them tosa buloi in the Sotho languages. Actually, I have to share a secret with you. In ancient times, when a person's cattle die in his village, he would go to the Sangoma and ask for advice. The Sangoma will let the bones speak, and then he'll tell the person that your neighbor is jealous of you. That's why your cattle are dying. And this is the medicine, and that is part of a Clivia that he chopped up and dried like tea. He would sell that to his client, and that person would go back to his cattle kraal, and he will break the spell.
They make excellent gifts. Yeah, because they keep blooming every year. They just make you bloom from inside. The colors are really beautiful. There are light ones, there are darker ones, there are bronze, darker colors like a burnt orange. This is the range of colors you really need to plant in abundance in your garden.
Excited about the medicinal, emotional and psychological properties of these amazing plants, we now walk into the display for Andre to tell us a bit more about their shapes, colors and sizes. Let's go, Andre.
Let's go. You'll see these are very dainty orchid-like plants. You'll see it's a light pastel-colored Clivia with a yellowish throat inside. Some people are crazy for these kind of Clivias. This is another beautiful thing. Have a look at the green inside, which is very special.
Andre, some you call double Clivia. What are those and how do they look?
There's an example of a good double. This is an emerging double. It's the first flower of a seedling. It's just coming out there. You see there's a flower, and there's a flower coming out, and there's a flower inside that is also still coming out.
So it's flowers within flowers.
Yes, this is a species. They do their job as they are. They attract the pollinator drinks the nectar and flies to the next plant. Whereas these, the pollinators are up there and they attract them with the color from above.
Oh, I love flowers because they're colorful, they just bring joy. And also growing up in a house full of plants, because my mom was just that woman, I think I took from her. So I can't help myself with this one.
I just bought the Mininyata Clivia because of its vibrant orange color, and I love the fact how even though it's all part of one species, every single plant is its own individual, which is extremely fascinating.
In Germany, a lady said to me, they call the Clivia the granny plant. I asked her, now, why do you call it the granny plant? And she said, Andre, the mother plant is kept by the granny. And when it makes a pup or an offset, that offset goes to the oldest of her granddaughters. And if it makes another pup, it goes to the second oldest granddaughter. And that plant at the granddaughter becomes the granny plant again for the next generation. Clivias live for very long. They will outlive me and you.
Clivia plants, inspirational evidence of how nature replenishes itself to bring radiance and beauty to our environments and, of course, our daily lives.
True South African beauty. Listen, we're going to take a quick ad break. It's more of Trendz Live when we come back. Stick around.
Hey, feeling this way, I want $1 million to say, finna get paid, Hey, I wanted peace, she wanted keys, I wanted keys, I wanted leads, This not a race, just plotting my future, I'm confident, baby, so please go with the pace. To tell your stress ain't confident, baby, I don't need you in my case. Just tell me you also believe in this, baby, cause I need your praise. I know your support, but I ain't getting it, baby. Why you holding up, baby? Getting petty, you told me you always believe in me, baby. I'm tripping on kicking on something amazing. I thought you was real, but it's capping on lately, yeah. With or without you, I'ma get this cake. See how I make moves, I'm living no trace. Yeah. See how I make moves, I'm living no trace. Feeling this way, I want $1 million to say, finna get paid. Hey, I wanted peace, she wanted keys.
Taking me back to my younger days. Taking me back to my younger days, man. I'm out here dabbing, eh? Yeah. We absolutely love it. It's hot in the Trendz Live studio because two Mpumalanga born people are here. He's my homeboy and I love it, man. Born and raised in Barberton. His name is Hilary Madlopa, better known as Larry S.A., a sensational musician and literally from being part of groups to a solo successful career, Larry has carved out a distinct identity. Having shared stages with the likes of Nasty C, Babes Odumo and Questa, this young man is truly a force. Joins us in studio this evening to chat about his thrilling musical career. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Larry S.A. See, I like it because you get the mandate and the crowd goes, ah. Bro, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, man. It's been a long time coming.
Yes, it has been a long time coming. Thank you so much for coming through. Let's jump straight into it, dude.
Yeah.
Like when I heard about you and I, did some deep diving, I saw that you were in a musical group when you were younger. You were called Young Larry, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to take you back to the inception, the beginning, right?
Yes.
When did you decide that this is what I want to do? I'm jumping into this musical scene because not a lot of young people already know.
Yeah, definitely. So coming from a small town in Barberton, as you've mentioned, so I started in class. I was reciting my songs from Jay-Z or Lil Wayne and everyone. So every time these classmates would say, "Hey, Larry, you rap. We like it." I'm like, "No, I don't rap. I just recite what Jay-Z has already said." And then a friend from another class who was actually in the music business, like starting out, heard the girl say that and then came to me like, "Hey, instead of reciting, why don't you write your own thing and I can take you to the studio?
Nice.
And that's when it started. He introduced me to a friend, old producer. His name was PRA from Music in a Box. Shout out to them. Yeah, so that's when my musical journey started. First song, and then follow the rest.
That's so dope. I was going to ask you to tell me about your musical influences, but you mentioned the likes of Jay-Z. Were you also like a notorious B.I.G. person? When you close your eyes and think back, what are some of those influences that influenced who you are as an artist today?
I would say the most one, or the number one, would be Kanye West.
Hey!
Yeah, so a lot of people are like, hey, you kind of sound like him here and there, but I never saw it. But he was a big, you know, all the moves. I had to move like him and everything like that to make it. Yeah.
That better easy.
Hey, you know.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And then you drop your first EP, your debut EP. It's titled My Life.
Yes.
Talk to me about the inspiration behind that and the themes that come through in that project.
So I was signed to my record label back then called Man Behind Records. So, you know, he never liked it to don't make titles for things that don't make sense to you, but makes it something about your life. So that's when I started. Doing everything, and we started getting some producers,
putting together the project.
We called old friends who produce, and then that's when everything started. My life happened.
Okay.
Yes.
And your star just kept on shining brighter because ngibonile ukuthi wena usebenza nama heavyweight. I mean, you've shared stages with people like Nasty C, Babes Odumo. How did you manage to stay true to yourself in the midst of all of that? Because also, when you're still starting out with industry, you know, we are sometimes these heavy influences so funufana nabo sometimes. How did you stay true to who Larry SA is?
Because I'm so proud of my town and where I come from, Barberton, shout out. So people from there are very real. So even though I get influenced by other artists, I still have to do something where if a guy or a kid from Kasi sees me and says, you know what, Larry never changed his ways. He's been the same way as he is up there. And it's for the kids, man. I hope they can learn from me and become better than me.
That's on consistency. Before I let you go, I have to ask you about your mixtape, AM After Morning. What's happening there? What are the themes there? What's the inspiration there? Chat to me about it.
After Morning, that was a nice EP because that was the time where I moved out of the record label. Yes, and I just wanted to do my own thing, you know, and so I grabbed a few producers and we started working on it. Shout out to 97 and Mr. Skorokoro. Yeah, they had my back there. Great producers, man.
Man, it's incredible. What's next for Larry? I mean, 2025 is just about over, but what more can we expect? You know, maybe are we ending the year off with a bang? Is there another album coming out soon? Because Ninja Nina, you give us EPs and mixtapes and you don't want to give us albums. Funny album, though.
No, definitely. So this year, I'm actually experimenting with sounds and stuff. So I don't want to be just remembered as a hip-hop artist, but I want to remember as a musical artist, you know. So I'm working with a lot of producers. We're tapping into every sound there is to give you something. So definitely people must expect something coming from me, a single before the end of the year.
Oh, okay, we're going to hold you to that. And when that single drops, I want you back here on Trendz Live to perform a deal.
Definitely, there's a deal.
Larry, we're so proud of you. Thank you so much for joining us on Trendz Live.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
We love it. That's unfortunately all we have time for this evening. But fear not, we're back again next week exclusively on SABC News. Closing off the show is Larry SA with his track, Stay Another Night. I'm Nitty, but you can call me there. Until next time, from my heart to yours. Bye-bye.
I might drop on one knee. There's so much love that's burning in me. Popping that question, pop it like a penny. If given a chance, I'll take it like ecstasy. Like ecstasy. You've been mine, but you took your time. Wanted spell upon my soul and know. And I knew you were the one when you wanted to talk. You waited for me to catch up so we can take a walk. All that led to now, cause we are so involved. All that led to now, cause you're my summer song. You show me love can turn to a home. I never knew that I can feel warm. How can a person turn to your all? I witness, so I'm making the song. I hope you know where I'm coming from. Coming from. I hope you know where I might drop on one knee. There's so much love that's burning in me. Popping a question, pop it like a penny. If given a chance, I'll take it like ecstasy. Like ecstasy.
You've been mine, but you took your time. Wanted to make sure line so that if it feels right, don't waste no time. You know you're all that I have. Stay the night, stay the night, stay the night, stay the night.